Hi everyone, happy Monday. I missed you guys. Did you miss me? Hopefully you did. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much. So I apologize, we did not have LRP Love last week. Linda Peters was going to sub in for me and life got crazy for her and work got crazy. So she missed out hopping on with you guys, but hopefully another day she'll be able to do that and you'll be able to see her. Today I wanted to talk sleep support. So you probably see I have a little bags under my eyes. I did not use my Yara Palm today. Usually if I put it under there it helps. But part of it was so you could see I'm tired. I was in South Carolina watching my husband graduate and I was on a couch. I didn't sleep as well because excitement and all sorts of things. So I'm trying to kind of catch up on sleep. But there are things that I used, and I want to share what I used while I was traveling, what helped me, and then what I'm using at home, because I usually travel light when I travel, and I don't take everything with me that I have in my arsenal at home. So we're going to talk about sleep support. We're going to go through my really big book, because I have some great other recommendations for oils for different other sleep support needs, okay? So we're gonna go through some of those things today because if you're like me, busy life, craziness, I tend to break out more, my digestive system gets off track if I'm not getting enough sleep. Your mood can be affected, so many different things. We're talking about mastering your metabolism and doing a 10-day challenge right now. If you're still interested, we just kicked off today. You can be sure to try to get into the group and I will accept and add you in. So be sure to look for that if you want to join us and we'd be happy to have you. But we kind of mentioned sleep in there and some of the products you needed, and I thought, you know what, let's talk about sleep. This is something that a lot of us may struggle with, or a lot of people I talk to. Even when I was flying home, a lot of them were just tired. And a lot of us that were down there for graduation, there was thousands of us, we were tired. We were excited, we had happy nerves, and we also just were in different environments. So some of the things I take, sometimes I take these, sometimes I don't with me when I travel, is Serenity capsules. This time I did not. This is what I have at home. I take them they're my last ditch. So I'll take 1 to 2 at bedtime or before bed, and it usually helps me fall asleep quite quickly. And I don't do it every night. I do it as needed. Since I've been home, I have not needed it. I have been tired enough. You can ask my husband. Like, I'm going to bed now. And he's like, it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm exhausted. I need to catch up on my sleep. All right. So what I did take with me was my adaptive. I always have my adaptive. I had the roller blend as well. So I was rolling that on at night before bed. It was in a new surrounding. So I was trying to help my brain to adapt, my body to adapt to the surroundings. Changing scenery can always be something that can cause some anxiety. So adaptive, I took one of these before bed. I think one of the days I took an extra one in the day just because I could tell my anxiety levels were a little bit higher than normal. And I know it was because it was very unfamiliar territory and stressful a little bit that day. So to help keep my body calm so I could stay calm through the day and at night and not worked up, I took probably an extra one in the middle of the day. It did not put me to sleep, it just helped calm me down a little bit. And then I had the calming oil, the adaptive blend, in the diffuser, and I put balance in there as well. So I put a couple drops of balance, a couple drops of adaptive in my little travel diffuser, and I had that running. I think I definitely added On Guard because it was an unfamiliar place. We walked in, it had some interesting smells in there. So the first thing I did was put some On Guard lemon and wild orange diffusing, and we opened some windows just to get the circulation going, and it smelled so much better. Everyone was like, oh, it smells good in here. So they were happy that I had my diffuser along because where we stayed was a little bit smelly. You could tell it had been closed up a little bit. So I at night was diffusing these, and they definitely helped me get to sleep pretty quickly. They smell good, and I was able to wake up calm and refreshed. And with only getting maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night, that's what I was averaging. It was interrupted a little bit, but with that, this was able to help me fall, back to sleep when I got up a couple times to go to the bathroom or heard something. And I did feel rested when I woke up, even if I was going on little bit less sleep than I normally do. All right. So sometimes I carry the Serenity oil and I use that. Sometimes the lavender does not agree with me, and sometimes it causes me to actually wake up. So this is a blend of oils. This is something I will occasionally add in with my Balance and Adaptive. And since I've been home, I think before I left I used it, but since I've been home I haven't used the oil or the capsule recently. The thing I did take under my tongue, because I did not take these with me, was the Copaiba soft gels. So these are usually I have at home. I take them on a regular basis. I'll take some in the morning, but while I was there to help support my immune system and my body overall, I took a couple drops under my tongue at night, right before bed. And that helped me fall quickly to sleep as well, and it was very calming. So Copaiba is a very calming, relaxing, restful oil. So I highly recommend it. And it is one you could also, if you have kiddos, rub on the bottom of the feet with the Adaptive or the Serenity and Balance. I highly recommend those as well. Since I came home, because I noticed I'm having some hormonal things going on with my body, trying to support that, I have been adding in, last night I added in some clary sage. And I know when I need it because I'll smell it, and it smells like candy to me. If I smell it and it does not, and it stinks to me, I usually know I don't need it. That's my test of if I need certain oils, especially clary sage being as strong as it is and being a floral, kind of like lavender. Those are very strong for me, and personally not always my favorite. And so when I do smell it and I go, oh my goodness, that smells like candy, I like that, I want to eat that or drink it right now, I know I usually need it. And so that's kind of my test, and usually kind of tells me my hormones are a little bit off. So hormones can also affect our sleep pattern and our sleep cycle. And I tend to gravitate towards using clary sage. As you notice, it's kind of running low. I'm gonna have to open a new bottle. But the other thing I do, and I love this oil probably year round, all the time, is first thing at night, if I don't take the Copaiba under my tongue, the oil, or when I do take my oil capsule or the Serenity, I roll this Neroli Touch right here. I'm going to do it now just because I'm trying to support my body and my hormones today. And then I'll roll it behind my ears. And that's what I'll use when I go to sleep, okay? So I will use that because it helps promote supporting your hormones, regulating some of that, calming things down. For me, it also helps calm my body down, and it is one that I like to use before bed. The reason I learned that was when we first had it introduced to the oil line. doTERRA was talking about how it supported hormones a lot, but it also talked about how it can calm things down. It's in your adaptive blend, so is Copaiba. See a theme here? And it can also help calm those hormones, which can cause me to stay awake and my brain to be going. And it put me to sleep in the car. I don't normally sleep in cars. So when we were driving back from Utah a couple of years ago, I was rolling it on and my husband was just shocked because I was falling asleep in the car. I was calming down, I was relaxed, and I was falling asleep. And I am not one to do that when I travel in a car. I can't, never really have, unless I'm really, really sick. So that was something that I noticed right away was very helpful in calming things down. Now, it also, because it helps support your hormones, ladies, your husbands may enjoy it because it can get things going. So that's a whole nother side of it. Neroli is just a very good oil, works for multiple different things and multiple different usages. So Neroli is a go-to for me lately, just because it has been a good calming for my brain and my hormones. And it was something I started using right away after my brain injury in April, because I knew that my hormones were haywire and not happy. So I wanted to support my body through that healing process. And then they come out with Adaptive, and it's in there, and Copaiba's in there. I still use it though, okay? The other thing I will use, I don't use it all the time, but this is an idea for you guys. If you have some favorite oils and you know you like them a lot, this has like lavender and cedar wood, and I think bergamot, and Lang Lang is in there. You could put frankincense or copaiba. This is my homemade pillow spray or linen spray. So you can use it on your linen, your pillow. I do it around my head, especially if I'm feeling more anxious in the evening, or I was on my screens a little too long. That helps calm me down, and it smells very pleasant, and it helps kind of bring some calming and assurance, and just helps me feel more at peace, I guess is the word. I could call it my sleepy peace blend. So I'll put drops of oil in here, and then add in some water. I typically do in this, I want to say this is a 1 ounce spray bottle. No, 2 ounce. I'll add in 10 to 15 drops of an oil, and probably try to do 30 to 60 total of drops. So if I have like 3 or 4 oils, I'll break that up to equal up to 60. I don't usually do more than that, and then I fill it. Sometimes I do a little witch hazel in there, or coconut oil to bind, because water and oil don't mix, and then that way it can get distributed more evenly. And then I just shake before each use and spray. All right, so those are some things I use. I mean, we diffuse at night, like I mentioned. I use those capsules, amazing capsules. The other thing I make sure to do is have good food every day. When I'm eating things that I shouldn't, or I eat high sugars, I may not sleep as well. I may have stomach ache. I may have different things happen. So I'm making sure I also have a good foundation of nutrients coming into my body. And I make sure I drink plenty of water. If I don't, there's times I go to bed, I'm a little bit thirsty, and that makes a difference. So those are little things that you can do. Check in with yourself. Check in with what you're doing at night. If you need to start keeping track of what you do at night, your before bed routine, I highly recommend it, because then you could see what you're doing. And then if you start making changes, mark that down, and then you can see the changes that you're making and if they are affecting making a difference or not. For me, that's how I was figuring out certain times of the month or certain times of the year I might need some more support for my hormones, because I was like laying there and could not turn off my brain. Or I'd try my Copaiba, my Serenity, or that sort of thing. And that's how I learned that clary sage at certain times, because before I just thought it stunk, that certain times it smells amazing to me because my body needs it. So your nose knows. Trust that nose. Trust those instincts. God given to you for a reason. All right, we're going to look in my book. So we talked about the calming blend, which is going to be your Serenity, but also your calming blend of Adaptive. That's new. This is an older book. And your Balance is going to be great. Vetiver is a great oil as well. That is one we used to use a lot. It is very slow, like molasses coming out of that bottle. Right, Wally? I think I saw him on briefly. Roman chamomile is another great relaxing one. I mentioned bergamot. Bergamot is also really good for brain support. So if you're needing to kind of refresh your brain, bergamot and lavender at night is very good for that. And then sometimes I'll add in some rosemary, because that can help support your brain, your immune system, your respiratory system as well, and work through the night when your body is resting to help kind of support that and keep that healthy. Okay, so you're not waking up going, oh, my brain's restless, or I need to kind of have a reset. Those things are going to help in the night. So oils diffusing at night is highly recommended, because it's going to do a lot of things for your body. At least for me, that's what I highly recommend. All right, so if you're having some really scary type dreams, or your kiddos, here are some oils that I would recommend. Cinnamon, clary sage, cypress, eucalyptus, geranium. Again, ladies, this is a great one if you like this one over clary sage. This is a great one for your hormone support and imbalances. It's going to help support that. Grapefruit. That is great. The times I've been really nauseous at night, I will add that with my adaptive, and it helps kind of calm any negative emotions or dreams, and it'll help kind of filter that out. And that's partly why I also would do bergamot, because citrus oils are cleansing, so it might help cleanse the brain a little bit that way. Juniper berry, lavender, melissa, Roman chamomile we mentioned, white fir, or I would also go to Siberian fir, that's in the place of white fir, wild orange, which is in your adaptive, vetiver we mentioned, calming blend, which is the serenity blend, and the balance blend, okay? Now, if you are feeling some pain or discomfort at night, go to some oils like peppermint or deep blue, or do your copaiba, definitely, and frankincense. Those are going to be calming and helping support your body that way. Those are ones you're going to want to more put on your body and support your body. The Aroma Touch oil would be another good one. It's our massage blend. That'll help if you get your legs get a little bit crampy and achy at night. That is something to do. Some people get that. Maybe you have like restless leg syndrome. Some oils that might help support your body would be basil, cypress, geranium, ginger, grapefruit, lavender, patchouli, peppermint, Roman chamomile, spearmint, wintergreen, serenity. It says massage blend, so I'm having to decipher here. The Aroma Touch, deep blue, and then tension would be past tense. So those are things to rub on your legs, bottom of your feet, and you could do hip all the way down and put that there. So same thing if your body is just sore before bed and you might move, or we do move in our sleep. Use some of those oils. I prefer to use Aroma Touch at night versus like deep blue. I might do the deep blue roll-on because it's a little less intense. And then the smell of peppermint and that sort of thing and wintergreen can wake me up personally. So I tend to use some of those oils that are a little bit calmer, and we'll roll those on, like the Aroma Touch or the copaiba or my Better Than Weed roller. Those are what I would use before bed, so I'm making sure I'm being proactive about getting a good night's sleep. All right. Make sure you're not eating a lot late at night. If you do and you're having digestive discomfort, rub on some Digesten or some celery seed, or take some internally, or you could do the Digesten, or is it the peppermint new capsules that we have, and take those internally. You could also add in taking a PB Assist. Okay, so I do take one of these at night to support my body, because I was learning that apparently that is something my body needs, is to take one of those at night to help my body at night when it's breaking things down and resting, and then it helps in the morning as well. It keeps going. So I do that, and then you've got the Terrazyme enzyme. So if you do eat really late and it's something that's keeping you up, try the Terrazyme enzyme complex, try taking some PB Assist, throw some of those in to help support so you get a good night's sleep. Okay? Looking for some other ones. If you get a little mental chatter, here's some oils for you. You're going to hear a theme here. Basil, cedarwood, rosemary, calming blend, which is going to be your serenity or adaptive. And then you've got, this is saying to use purify, which is cleansing, and balance. Part of it is to just kind of clear the mind. So citrus oils, that's what's in the cleansing or purify blend. And you're just gonna, hopefully it's gonna help calm it, but it's also gonna kind of purge some things out, especially if it's emotional, okay? All right, looking to see if there's any other things. But if you were hearing, there are quite a few that I've read that call for basil. Basil for sleep. So that's a new one, right? I'm looking at some of the other, there's a whole bunch of different things. So if you know your melatonin levels are low and you're having irregular sleep cycles, your REM cycles are very irregular, here are some oils to help support that, okay? Black pepper, cedarwood, frankincense, ginger, lime, myrrh, rosemary, which you want to use during the day, not at night, but use it throughout the day to help kind of get your body ready. Sandalwood, tangerine, ylang ylang, vetiver, serenity, and I believe it's motivate, the focus blend. Yes. Those are the ones to do to kind of help support your body if you're having irregular REM cycles due to melatonin levels being low, your natural melatonin levels, okay? All right. I think that is all. There's a lot of other things out there. You guys can keep looking. Oh, sleeplessness. So say you are having a lot of sleeplessness. Maybe it's more severe than other times. Here's some oils that can help for you. If it's less severe, try basil or cedarwood, clary sage and frankincense, geranium, lavender, patchouli, Roman chamomile, sandalwood. It could be Hawaiian or Indian. And then we have vetiver, wild orange, serenity. I'm trying to remember what the comforting blend is. Console, balance. I can't remember what the inspiring. So the inspiring blend and renewing blend. Those are going to be in the emotional aromatherapy kit. And those are ones to definitely get. So the emotional aromatherapy kit would be a good one to help kind of target some of those areas of needing to support your emotions and your sleep. Then we have, if it's more severe, like your sleeplessness is ongoing, some oils to try are bergamot, cedarwood, cypress, jasmine, lavender, melissa, peppermint, Roman chamomile, sandalwood, again, Hawaiian or Indian, tangerine, thyme. Who'd have thought of that? Vetiver, wild orange, ylang ylang, serenity, console, balance. Again, the inspiring, renewing, and uplifting blend. So uplifting, I believe, is going to be... no, that may not be... I'll have to look at those. But those are... the emotional aromatherapy kit would be another one that I highly recommend. Getting those oils for helping sleep support and emotions. All right, so those are some oils. When I talk about all those oils, it's not talking about using all of those at once. Those are to give you an idea of oils to use and to try. So like thyme, I would not have thought of that. There are times I have used thyme to help support my sleep cycle and to help if I'm feeling like having the sleeplessness type nights. So there are other ones in there like the cypress, the bergamot, vetiver, tangerine, some things I may not have thought of, like sometimes citrus wake me up. But those are things for you guys to try. Your nose, try smelling them before bed, seeing which ones agree with you. If there's a few of them that sound really good, what you're gonna do is hold them all together. This is how I also know, so that before I go to put it in my diffuser, if I like the scent, I hold them up equal and I smell together. If one smells too strong, I'll lower it down and I'll smell this way. So then I know if it's lower, I need to use less drops. So if I need to do 2 drops of these and 1 drop of these, that's fine. So if you know you're doing multiple oils, that is my little trick for you, is to kind of put them all together. Of course, you're gonna have the caps off, you're gonna smell, and you'll kind of get an idea when you do this of what that scent might be and if you like that or not. I do that when I make my roller blends. If I come up with new roller blends that I want to make, I will do that as well and see what smells good to me, what I want to use and not use, because I want to trust and use what my body is telling me, which my nose is going to tell my brain yes or no. So be used be sure to utilize that nose. Be sure to utilize this information to help you get some restful night's sleep, because it is important for immune support, digestive functions, all sorts of things. It affects your body, your hormones, your mood, and it is something that you want to make sure you stay on top of. And when you're traveling, so making sure you take some of those oils. Like I said, I showed you some of the ones I took, what I was using, and that it did help me. And I was able to function through the day, and I was able to enjoy my day, and I was going on a little bit of sleep. Yes, I'm catching up on sleep now, but that's okay. I've got my arsenal of tools, and that's why I love using doTERRA, is because they have a great plethora of oils and tools for you to use. And as you saw, there's so many different oils that one oil may not work. There are others that might work better for you, because everyone is different and our needs are different. So that's why I'm kind of sharing with you kind of what I used then, what I'm using now, and we may do that more often, or you see that often of, this is what we're using today. This is, why? Because your body does change. It goes through cycles, things happen, and your body will need different things. All right. So thanks for joining this educational live with me today. I am Stephanie Schmidt, and I'm a silver leader with doTERRA, and I'm so glad that you found us and you are joining us. If you guys have questions, or there are oils that work for you for sleep, share in the comments below what you do. I want to hear from you. Everyone is different. Sometimes I get ideas from you guys. That's how I got the idea of making a spray bottle. I mean, I've read it, but someone said that's what they use before bed, and I love it. So I learn from you as well, and we can all learn from each other. So be sure to share what you guys use for sleep, what your little routine of your doTERRA products is, and we would love to hear from you. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day. See you all soon. Bye.